up, guys, and welcome to this week's Generation Iron podcast. Your host, me, Victor Martinez, along with Ehsan Farahi, Vlad, Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. The crew is here.
Yes, sir. We're back for another week, guys, and I have a couple questions for Vic. No critics this week, but
we need some critics, Vic.
we have a...
I know I try to get you angry, so I could get somebody.
submit the critiques, guys.
Kali Muscle did not comment yet, so hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Waiting, Carly, I'm waiting. How
So-
those eyes looking?
We have two questions of the day, and the two questions of the day comes to us from Garage Weights and one from Kitchen Weed. And our episode, of course, is brought to us by Dial Moods. Check them out. Dial your mood up with Dial Moods Energy Drink. They have a tremendous selection of energy RTD drinks. Tastes great. No jitters, no break, no crashes at all. Highly recommend. So the first question from Garage Weights is, hi GI, I often hear of importance of PCT for enhanced bodybuilders. Is there any benefit to using PCT compounds when not actually having been on a cycle, or without the detrimental effect of exogenous hormones? Would the PCT make no difference? Asking for a friend. Thanks, guys. So Vic, that's a question for you.
All right, it's post-psychotherapy is PCT. Obviously, if you are taking a large amount of steroids and you want at least, your hormone levels to level out, your testosterone, and most importantly, your nuts, you gotta let them drop, man. Gotta let them hang.
That was on the next topic, actually.
Your liver. It's most important than liver.
Yeah, liver, all of that, you need to do it. Now, if you don't do the steroids, do you need the there was
He's
no
asking if you're
juice
not on a
take.
cycle. What do you need? Then
Yeah,
what do you
you're
need?
not. But I heard and I've seen many guys who have issues with testosterone in their body, and they shouldn't take steroids because they're trying to have babies. You should go on some Clomid, some ACG. This helps with that, low sperm count. Yes, you should go on it. And this varies from person to person. Obviously, you have to see, a doctor for this, and they will let you know how your levels are. But if you do take steroids, you are competing, you should do it with some time off. That way you get your levels back to, up to par. If you have problems, again, with low sperm count, that is a different kind of therapy. It's not post-psychotherapy. I know exactly what you meant. But yes, the treatment is for both. And again, it's for males that are, again, trying to, get their wife pregnant or whatever, in vitro, you name it. Your sperm has to, start swimming.
What
so
are
you
the
do need it.
PCT compounds? What are those compounds?
Clomid, ACG.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's a
So
few
that's a
things.
good answer, and obviously people are always interested in those kind of answers and questions, because we do have a lot of readers that are interested in doing things the right way, and I think that submitting those questions are important.
And again, you're being monitored by a doctor. They should know your levels. And it's all, little blood work, little testing,
But that's having a doctor
Yeah.
that you trust, right? It's got to be the trusted type of doctor.
The doctor understands. The doctor knows the level and knows the steroids basically user. So when you
But you gotta reveal to your doctor
when
a
you're
month
using the
ago.
steroids for like
Right.
12 weeks or 16
Right.
weeks.
But you got to
the
reveal
level
to the
of-
doctor.
Definitely, the level of testosterone will come roof, and then when you stop,
Right.
this level drop
Right.
very fast and very, very low. So
And
you
that's
have to
dangerous,
be
right? If they drop
controlled.
so fast, it's
Yes.
dangerous.
You have to control it first to keep it in the up, not dropping fast. And at the same time, because you're taking the steroids, your liver get fatty.
Right.
So you have to be clean off your liver kind of. And at the same time, you have to back up your nuts. So when you're using the steroids for a long time, specifically if your dosage is up, the nuts get shrink.
Vic,
You
have you
know,
ever
they shrink,
witnessed?
so you got to see a urologist and
Yes, you
make sure
have
you
to
check,
check.
man.
Yeah,
you
you have
check,
to- they have to
especially if you're having trouble, impregnating your
Exactly.
wife or girl, whatever.
You ever witnessed a bodybuilder, somebody who's didn't do the post-cycle therapy and has messed themselves up?
Yeah, I see it, man. Bitch tits,
Yeah, a lot.
little nuts, emotional.
Yeah.
It's bad, man. It's a bad look, and it just changes again. It's a hormone imbalance. It becomes a horrible hormone imbalance that it gets you also depressed.
Right.
Yeah,
Depression
first-
is usually one of the ones.
Depression is the first thing that comes to you because you don't have that strength, you don't have that confidence, you don't have that level of the power inside your body. You feel it, and you get depressed.
And the worst one is erectile dysfunction, man. You get that, man. It's like
That's even more depressing.
no,
Probably.
it's a whole lot of things that happen when you get that hormone imbalance. So
It's
that's
like a
why,
menopause.
Yeah, menopause times
It's exactly
two.
like a menopause. Yeah.
So basically, once you get off the cycle, you got to get on TRT, right? Lower dosages.
You have to monitor it.
Monitor
You just
it,
can't
yeah.
take and go off. Again, if you're doing just a little, you're taking for a month, it's not too bad. Right? You're going on these 3 months, 4 month cycles. You're taking a lot, especially if you're competing now.
Yes.
You're taking more.
Definitely has to
You
be.
just go off cold turkey, you're in for a rude awakening. So I recommend definitely sports medicine doctor, urologist, to make sure your levels are up there because again, it's a bad feeling. The depression probably being one of the worst.
That's got it.
So Vic, you're gonna have to start having. I mean, we're getting a lot of these questions often, so you're gonna start having some partnership with a doctor or someone.
Gotta have them
because
sit in. We bring a doctor here.
because these questions are
Give me a
often.
thorough explanation on it. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was question number one for Garage Weights, and then the second question comes to us from Kitchen Weed.
Kitchen what?
Kitchen Weed. So Kitchen Weed and Garage Weights. You're both this week's winners.
Kitchen weed.
And that question is.
I guess he's cooking with weed or something.
Cooking with the weed. Yeah.
That question is, what is your sleep stack? And I love that question because I think that is a very underrated question.
I know.
And a question that should be asked more often is, Vic, what is your sleep stack? Do you have one, and what would you
sleep
recommend?
stack.
You need a stack for that? Can you just take one
I know,
supplement?
right?
Why do you
Ambien
have
and
I think
Xanax, I don't know.
I think the question can be.
Special K?
Oh
Yeah.
my God! It's
I think the question could be translated as, what do you take? What do you do? What is your routine? And what
the
is your
better sleep.
what is your sleep stack? Yeah.
I admit, let's play this devil's advocate. I admit there was times you couldn't sleep, pre-contest, you name it, and you had to sleep because sleep is your recovery. And we would go hard either on the Ambien or the Xanax going back. Now, obviously, not healthy, not good, destroys your sleep pattern, messes you up, you become reliant. It's a horrible roller coaster. So staying away from that, melatonin. Now I basically just go on melatonin. I took me about maybe 2 months to go back on regular sleep, you know? And again, because it was a vicious cycle, pre-workouts, and again, that's the reason I don't like them, myself. It's just, the clenbuterols, cardio 3 times a day, getting to the gym, in and out. So it was that roller coaster. So for me to get back to normal sleep, just the melatonin was simple, over-the-counter, simple stuff, what else? I mean, what is there?
I took
Sleep supplements.
I took magnesium and CLA. It's really, really helpful for me. And
Magnesium, I've heard about it.
Yes.
magnesium and CLA. CLA is mixed with my magnesium too. But the sleeping well, it's important what time you wake up. It's all about it starting in the morning. It's not about the night.
So it depends what your sleep wake up time
Depends
is.
what time you wake up. If you wake up like 8, 9, of course you cannot sleep at the night very well. But if you wake up at the 5 a.m. at the night and your last meal was 7, it's like 2-3 hours before you go to bed, your belly is really empty, not busy to digest all those food. So the problem is people eating like 1 hour before the bed or 30 minutes before the bed. And then you go to bed, belly is full, the body can rest, go to rest.
Working on
They get no REM sleep,
No,
no
exactly.
deep sleep. And
You-
the
you
deep sleep is the real sleep.
Yeah, exactly. You sleep 1 hour and then you wake.
I have a question. Have you ever experienced like you go to bed, but you start feeling hungry? At that moment, is it better to fight the hunger and put yourself to sleep, or is it better to get up and eat something? What do you think?
You just have a protein shake. I
Protein
would just say, you know what, have the powder ready. That way you don't have to be half asleep, rummaging, looking for
Depends
the...
of your goal and what you're doing. If you're in the diet to lose the weight, you have to keep the hunger.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative to every individual, and I agree with that, what you said. I mean, but, melatonin, CLA, those are great, great products to recommend.
A lot of companies, when they do a lot of the supplements, sleep supplements.
I want to give a shout out to...
Which are filled with the ingredients of magnesium and all.
Yes.
I see that this company, the Dial company, has a sleep supplement.
They do, they do.
They have. I just yesterday I just saw that, and it was interesting. I see they have, of course, they have a melatonin and a bunch of those stuff. But if you used to those stuff, you cannot put it away.
Right.
The best way to find out the problem and fix it. Fixing with the supplementation is not fixed. It's like a tape on the scar.
Right. So I would assume that most people that are watching us, right, they're not your like beginners, so to speak, into training, nutrition, and health. They're people that are kind of a little bit more savvier than most, right? They're not your first time gym goer. But I think that we all are aware that alcohol and certain food intakes is a deterrent for your sleep. I mean, I've drank wine and it kills your REM sleep.
Smoking weed and sleep.
CBD, that's a big one right now.
Not CBD, weed.
Weed, the CBD, both. I mean, they help.
They help.
They help. It's more natural, but you're gonna be smoking every night.
We have a friend. I want to give a shout out to Anthony. I want to give a shout out to Anthony Tuminello. He's a very popular coach from Long Island. He made a product called Sleep Potion. If you guys check it out on Amazon, it's one of the Sleep Potion. Yeah, it's one of his highest products, and anybody want to check it out on Amazon?
Yeah, I actually checked it out, and I mean, it worked really well for me. I enjoyed it. It improved my REM sleep. I noticed I have an Aura ring, so I can track my sleep.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
My analytics every week or so, and I can tell you there's massive improvements to your muscle building efforts, calorie burns when you sleep well. So shout out to Sleep Potion and shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, all right, so remember guys, to sleep, basically stop using your phone at least an hour before.
That's a good one.
That's hard to do.
Yeah,
TV.
I'm not using it. I put my phone 1 hour at least minimum.
Put it away. Don't look at it.
I'm not touch it.
Wow.
I'm not looking.
That's very impressive.
That's good.
Yeah, reading or listening is good.
30 minutes before I sleep, I'm not watching TV either.
So shout out to Garage Weights and Kitchen Weed. You guys are this week's winner. Please submit your questions in the comments below, and maybe Victor will pick them.
Yep. Keep them coming.
So, speaking of nuts, there's this new competition happening. It's kind of like the slap competition, but instead of slapping each other, they're kicking each other in the nuts in a ring. You guys seen the video before this, right?
Yep.
I mean, wow, right?
Seen it, and all I could tell you is these guys do not want babies.
It seems that way, right? But what?
That's it.
I don't understand the point.
I don't know the point either.
Wait, what is the point? Is that like a new fad? Is it going to go
Before
away?
it gets knocked to the ground, getting hit in the nuts. So if you don't do your post-psychotherapy, you might win.
No, I was thinking those people in the China and
The monks.
The monks,
I think they started
kicking
this.
the balls.
Well, they put weights on their nut. They put weights there.
Yeah, they're pulling, they're kicking. I mean, I don't understand the point of the view. What is this?
I don't know either.
You're sitting down and watching someone kicking that.
Why would you want to watch this, first of all?
I don't
right?
know.
Okay, you see it one time, like, oh, wow. But then why would you want to watch
I mean,
this?
it's very similar to the slap contest if you think about it.
It's very similar to the slap.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll get
that's
sanctioned and it'll be live. I mean, what would you do it for, Vic? If you got paid $100,000, would you get slapped or
Most people will get kicked in the nuts for
$100,000. Would you take that? That's a question for you.
For me, I mean,
How much you take to do that?
I might have to go to Shaolin Temple and freaking get ready for this, man.
Well, I've seen the guys in India practicing it for as well. It's pretty funny.
I'm not surprised if next year the poking eyes come.
I won't be surprised if the titty slap will come. They already had the butt slapping. That didn't last too long. What's next? Titty slapping? I don't know.
But no, look, I mean, I think people, I think more of these events in sports and extreme sports will start to happen. And I think that you now obviously have all these other events like, competitive eating, slap contests, all these things. I think they're good, because these sports are going to evolve.
Though. The eating I get.
I get the eating too.
Cool. Yeah, the eating, kicking the nuts. It's like, come on, man. Usually the first round will be over.
Yeah, I mean,
how many rounds can you possibly?
We've seen the butt slapping contest too,
The sad part is the beautiful sport, it's arm wrestling. They are not that big like a slap contest right now.
That's sad because arm wrestling is a real sport.
It's really
arm wrestling is good. I think if they want to get viewers for the slap, I think they need celebrities doing it.
Exactly, celebrity, yeah.
Celebrities, yeah. It's like celebrity boxing. People watch that. Celebrity, slapping.
I wanna see a slapping Diddy, Puff Diddy.
Oh, Puff Daddy. You're trying to turn him on now, man. Oh yeah, harder. You bad boy.
I believe if you put the money and advertising to any that comes up. And right now, slapping contest, if you're looking for 2 years ago, the first time the slapping contest we saw it, the Generation Iron.
That was the first one.
5, 6 years ago.
Yeah,
but it was almost like a joke.
People don't remember that.
It was like a joke. Right now, they have a show, they have a camera, they have a media, they have a channel.
No, it's an actual league.
People forget about that. Generation 9 created this whole slap contest thing.
Yes.
I mean, we're taking the credit because we did create it, and it went viral, and all of a sudden, Vice, Fox, Washington Post, everybody started emailing, calling us, be like, hey, can we get access to this video with Dumpling, this guy from the middle of Siberia, and then now he's like competitive.
It was Russia at the beginning,
Siberia. And that's how Logan Paul got involved. He was going to do the contest.
And he backed out of it. So we were the ones that like created this movement. But the funny thing is seeing how everything is sanctioned now,
It's great.
I don't know.
So let's talk about the stem cell real quick. Vic, stem cell, right? It's supposed to be the miracle drug, miracle injection, very expensive treatments, right? Yes. And then the question is, how do they work for everybody?
Experimental
still
treatment.
Experimental.
Yes.
Because like there's people like Ronnie Coleman, right? Who said supposedly he was getting the stem cell treatments. We've seen at the Olympia recently, he can't walk fully, right? He's on crutches, he's on a cart, whatever, right? So
looks better though. I said, Ryan, looks better, gain some weight.
But the stem cells, what is your opinion on stem cells, and do they work for everybody? Is it a real miracle drug?
Ronnie Coleman broke the bones. Ronnie Coleman had 21 surgery on hip.
Probably more.
Three hip replacement. And cells is just like a glue to put together something.
So some injuries are just permanent. You can't fix it.
It's broke.
It varies. It varies from person to person. Depends how fast and how good you regenerate those cells. And also
that's what stem cell is. You're regenerating your cells.
Regenerate. Which ones are you taking? Which one's gonna work for you? And some of it can be a toss-up.
I think it depends on level of the injury. For example, if you turn a muscle, doesn't work. You have to go surgery for tearing muscle.
Yeah, you have to. Yes,
if you broke the bone, you have to go to surgery. It doesn't work like that.
But at one point, we had a conversation off camera, right? Like you were saying that it costs like $50K for this procedure.
Yeah, you're getting now. There's some obviously that are like 3, 4, 5, 10,000. You're getting a little bit of the actual, stem cell. It's kind of like, ginger ale with the ginger, Some of it doesn't have, some of it, has. So
it's made for super rich people, basically, right?
I mean, it was made for them. They started a whole movement. They want to stay younger, live longer. They're the ones that are funding it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that want it for them, and they're probably the ones making the money off of it,
Right.
But can everybody afford it? Not at all.
Definitely not.
Does medical insurance cover it? No. Now, if you're getting, let's say, a transplant, stem cell is very important.
Yeah.
You don't want to reject whatever organ, you get a kidney transplant.
You need a stem cell.
Yes, you need it. So it's very effective for many issues, and it's different from person to person.
Did it help you?
I feel better.
For your knee, right?
Yeah, for my knee, joints, I'm not getting any younger. But it's a treatment. It's not a one-time fix.
It's not solution.
Yeah, it's something you got to try, Person has to try. A person that has some stomach issues, celiac, blood, so many different ways.
So it's not a miracle drug per se. It's more like a.
I mean, it's the most advanced drug that's doing something better for the body, as opposed to these other drugs that are negative.
Right.
That this has been created over the years. So this is the most positive drug that's made, and I can't say don't try it. Depends how bad you're injured, what issues you have. Get evaluated.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all here at Generation Iron very conscious of longevity, health, wellness, plastic surgery. I mean, these are things that are going to continue to grow.
It's good for the hair too, I heard.
Yeah, everything. Stem cell, all that stuff. I mean, it's going to continue to grow. I know there's underground places here in New York that actually do.
How much they charge for stem cell?
I don't know, but I know a few places that do.
Less than 50 grand. Right?
I can't name names
because there's a lot and there's a little. So depending how much you put in,
but it's 100% work for cosmetic. Anything from
cosmetic,
and anything from cosmetic area, they work for that. Because they're using for a while. That's exactly what you
so you inject it in your face and you.
Yeah.
No, they do.
Anti-aging.
I mean, stem cell people do it for kind of like with facial treatments, like for facial, like a facial, and it's actually pretty interesting.
So many facial serum and those lotion right now in the market they actually write it down.
They do those blood facials.
Exactly.
Blood facial, that's true.
Exactly.
Like Dracula facial, something they call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vampire facial.
Drug facials. I mean, the blood
like
facials.
Something.
It's like a blood. It's like your blood plasma.
Blood plasma, yeah.
Blood plasma facial.
Oh yeah.
I think it's illegal in the States, all over the States.
I think 5 states are allowed to do the research,
I'm not sure.
and I think
Let
California and New Jersey were one of the first.
Oh, really?
There's like 4 other states or 5. I'm not sure, but
injuries are. I mean, obviously, people ask, is it going to be permanent? Does it fix injuries? I mean, look, some injuries are permanent. That's obvious. I don't know what injuries will stem cells treat. I mean, you let me know, Vic, but
I mean, I think certain brain injuries,
really?
Certain brain injuries, blood issues, infections in the blood.
Infections, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So the fact that Ronnie Coleman still can't walk freely doesn't mean that the stem cells are not working, right?
Yeah, no, it takes time.
Some people may look at it and be like,
yeah, because they gotta get them, give them time to actually, regenerate.
Right.
So the thing is, something that's better than stem cells is just hope. You gotta have that hope, otherwise it won't work. So trying something out is better than not having anything to try.
Yeah.
Ronnie
Coleman, that movie, the King, Ronnie Coleman, the movie was an amazing movie. I approached everyone watch it before they start bodybuilding. Yes. Everyone has to watch that movie. He's in the pain non-stop. He said, yes. I wake up and sleep, walk with the pain. The level of the pain, he said, 10 as a 10.
For some reason, I think the pain that Ronnie has gone through, not your average man can actually sustain.
If he wasn't Ronnie Coleman, he couldn't handle it.
But that's not the same story for all bodybuilders. We saw Jay Cutler at Olympia. He's looking young.
I mean,
it's not every bodybuilder.
I think Ronnie was just like going in 900-pound deadlifts, squats. I mean, injury. Squats and all this.
When you get injury and then you not take care of it, that's thing. When you get injured, you have to take it. I was thinking about the Phil Heath the other day. If the Phil Heath after surgery and stomach, he stopped 2 years. 2 years he stopped. Mm-hmm. To be mesh become completely attached to the body. And then he started slow back. Right now we saw him Phil Heath on stage.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
Definitely.
What do you think? Do you agree with that?
He stopped because his stomach again comes out.
I remember,
because 1 year later he comes back.
Hernia operation.
Hernia. Because 1 year later 6 months later he started lifting, and 1 year later he was on a stage. Right. He should be stopped for 2 years, take care of himself, and then back to the stage. When you have injury on bodybuilding, I mean, we are working with the iron, but we are not iron. The bone, the muscle.
What do you think about what he said? You think that would make sense?
Of course, you have to let your body recover. And the thing is, when you're bodybuilding and you have a short window and you're trying to reach, I think he was trying to reach 9, 10, It's one of those things you don't, Oh,
trying to get 8.
Yeah, trying to get 8. You don't give yourself that break,
right?
because of that window, small window you have.
Right.
And recovery is one of those things that you have 2 choices, push through it, take the chance, or recover, come back better. And people doubt the comebacks.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so Vic criticized Nick Walker when we did the recap at Olympia. He said he should have competed because Nick Walker backed out.
I didn't criticize, man. I wasn't criticized.
What did you say?
You said he should have. That was an opinion.
Yeah, the opinion. Come on, man.
I wasn't being criticized.
We got to stop being sensitive. What I was saying, you said he should have competed.
I know why he didn't compete.
Because he wasn't ready, he said.
I mean, he saw he doesn't have a chance. He saw he doesn't have a chance.
I know, but to the answer to
and
that.
he put 100% to Arnold. Arnold is 500,000. He didn't know Mr. Olympia is 600,000. If he know Mr. Olympia is 600,000, second place 250, definitely he go on stage.
Are you serious?
100%.
I just think he put too much pressure on himself. He put too much pressure on himself. But, saying you don't want to compete because you're not ready, again, we were never ready. A lot of us were never ready
to compete. New York Pro. He competed. And in New York Pro, I saw in New York Pro, I said, no, this body, he can't go in Mr. Olympia anywhere. And he saw
what I'm saying is, do you think he did the right thing? If he was not ready, do you think he did the right thing by sitting out?
Definitely. When you're not ready, you don't compete.
I mean, it's the right thing. I mean, if you had the luxury to do that.
Well, listen, I could say
it's like we didn't have, none of us really gave ourselves that chance.
Yeah, I mean, look, he makes his own decisions. I mean, look, Matt Jensen's a great coach. I'm sure he's getting his advice from Matt, and Matt is giving him good advice. So it's up to him at the end of the day. And who knows? You're right. Maybe he didn't know how much the prize winning was going to be. But
I don't think that would have been a decision. I don't think if he knew it was $100,000 more.
I mean, as soon as I saw the video, the first thing comes to my mind. Right. The first bodybuilder drop Mr. Olympia and then go to Arnold Classic, but he don't want to say that. That was the first thing comes to mind.
So you're gonna expect him to see it, Arnold?
Because he didn't know Mr. Olympia goes to 600,000 and 250.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Now he's gonna go.
I don't think it was the money, because at the end of the day, last year he missed 2 years. Last year he was injury.
He was injured.
Just last year he missed.
Yeah, but I'm saying he missed 2 years. So it's one of these things that he will want to compete. It is the Olympia, and plus he was saying, I'm going to win it. So you're putting all the pressure on yourself. I'm going to win it, and then you don't show up.
Yeah, but now he's going to go to Arnold. Now he's got to compete against Samson, Hadi, the same people from the
No, it's the same people. So now the question is he going to have the mental capability to recover from, not doing it last year, not doing it now because he felt he wasn't ready. So now he has to make himself ready.
I think he has an advantage because he's rest. He didn't pick. He didn't pick last year.
Maybe, but Samson, Mr. Olympia, currently is going to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
I don't think Nick Walker has that physique to win Mr. Olympia.
Ever. You think so?
Yeah. Maybe the best place second, because as a symmetry wise, he has a problem. Upper body, lower body is not matched. It's very hard to bring that point of champion view, He's...
Like I saw Martin and I said, look, Martin, you did you lost the New York Pro, but you got, fourth at the Olympia.
That was incredible.
So what did you want? Well, you had traded it? He goes, hell no, this is much better.
Definitely.
Well, I think this year's Arnold's is going to be interesting.
After Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Or Branch Warren.
Yeah, I wouldn't get in the top 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible. All right,
guys. Thank you for joining us in this week's podcast. Remember, follow us, like, comment, and if you want to see any of our prior podcasts, please tune into iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Till next time.
All right, guys, I'm here today with some very useful information, some information that I think would be very beneficial to help aid you guys in your fitness journey. Now, if you've been following my fitness journey, you know that I've been using this product, Semchopin. Semchopin is a product that basically increases your stem cell and GH to help speed up your recovery process from your intense workout. Now, also, if you've been following my fitness journey, you know that I've recently had shoulder surgery, and I've continued to use this product to help speed up my recovery process, and now I'm feeling better than ever. So I recommend Semtropin to anyone that trains hard, trains intense, and to anyone that has some kind of injury to help speed up their recovery process.